Since starting the Fresh Out series, we've been getting tons of emails about prison life. So we decided to start this series to answer all those questions you have. Prison life can be a scary thing if you know what you're walking into. You can end up in a deadly situation or get fucked up. I'm Big Herc, and I served nearly a decade in federal prison. And I've seen and lived through some shitty times. And this is Prison Talk. When you're on the yard, how do you know when something's gonna go down and how do you feel? Second question, what makes an inmate wanna stab you as a non-gang affiliate? Third question, what makes an inmate wanna commit suicide? Well, to answer your first question, if there's a riot jumping off and you know about it, don't take your ass to the yard because you could be a byproduct of what goes down. You know, basically collateral damage. So avoid going to the yard if you heard about a riot kicking off before you get to the yard. If you're on the yard and some shit kicks off, know where you stand, know who's involved in the riot so you can prepare yourself, because if it's involving your race, you better be ready to defend yourself, because somebody might be coming at you that you don't expect, and it don't matter. If it's based on race, then you're gonna have to serve somebody. That's just how it is. As far as what makes somebody stab a non-gang affiliate, just to do it, these motherfuckers in prison ain't gotta have a reason to do the shit they do. A lot of guys don't have shit going on. They're fucking miserable. They're negative. And this guy might be somebody who had something in for you for a long time because he sees you being a positive person. And as a result, he figures, hey man, this is my opportunity to do something to you. Yeah, so you get a motherfucker who's just a hater, and he might just want to stick you, and this is just a reason for him to do it because there's a riot that jumped off and he can try to make it seem like you were involved in a riot. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with motherfuckers who are just on that kind of time. There's no reason, justification. He could just stick you just because. So just, know who your enemies are in prison. And as far as what makes an inmate want to commit suicide, I did almost 9 years, never wanted to cut my wrist, never wanted to jump off the tier, never wanted to kill myself, but there's motherfuckers who done killed themselves over maybe losing a loved one on the street, maybe feeling like they don't have nothing else to live for, maybe because they're strung out on drugs, possibly they were involved in some type of bullshit in prison and they feel like they don't have an out. And maybe they just don't want to live no more. They don't want to go on trying to survive. Some people don't have the willpower once they've been put in a situation like that to pull themselves out. They just go deeper and deeper, and to the point where they're like, fuck it, man. What purpose do I have to live? And I guess a guy want to kill himself. I've heard of a guy about to get out, a week before he gets out, and his female fucking says she don't want nothing to do with him, and this motherfucker jumps off the top of the tier and fucking busts his head on the ground, splatters, he's dead. So, you got a lot of cats, man, that feel like, if they don't really think they have anything to live for, or they haven't conditioned themselves to think outside the box and they become institutionalized, they're gonna choose whatever method they choose to go from there. And, if you want to commit suicide, I don't know what to tell you, man, but, there's other things out there to live for. So, a guy can commit suicide for whatever reason. There's really no justification for it, because there's guys in prison doing life that aren't committing suicide, and these are strong motherfuckers. These are cats that have a lot of game and they still see life. So it ain't like people are sitting around jumping off the tier.